down in the den. So go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome back to Down in the Den. It's your boy Mars, aka Marlon Beardo, the Bearded Weirdo, the Stella Rosa Casanova, and the curator of culture, the Should Knight of this podcast game. And I am here with two phenomenal queens, regal, royalty, revolutionary. You've seen her before on Down in the Den, and I have a special guest with her. I want you guys at home that are watching to give a warm Down in the Den welcome to Shonda K and Miss Sabrina Zemi. Ladies, queens, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Greetings. Yes, all is well. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, I know you've seen Shonda K on a previous episode, and she has brought an illustrious guest. So I want both of you queens to just introduce yourself to our friends of the den at home that are watching or listening on their audio. Please introduce yourself and give a little bit of insight on where you're from and what you do for those who aren't familiar.
Okay. Greetings, everyone. So my name is Sabrina Zemi. I am a New Yorker by way of my parents are Haitian, and I actually have been in Tampa, Florida for over 32 years. So I am a Floridian as well, and I love the sun, love the nature. As you can see, we are here in the yard. Um, I am I am a loctician, and so it has always been my passion to be gentle and in the crown. But when I started as a loctician, I didn't know that this is going to be my path. I just knew what to do for the locks, and I was just always very intrigued with the crown chakra. But again, this has been a development. Right now, what it is, I am a shaman Reiki master and a sound healer. And I am just putting together right now, not I. Trying to take the I out because this is spirit has been telling me it is time for me to put all of this together, because we are creating a space and she is helping me with this. We have aligned together, and so we are creating a space where people are going to become um, they're going to come here to heal. They're going to be in nature. We know right now, with everything that's going on, we need grounding. And so, Spirit has called upon us to be that vessel for them to ground. And so, that's what I'm doing right now. Um, uh, my website is zemilocks.com. I still do the locks, and I'm doing the Reiki right now. And we're creating this space for it to be something pretty spectacular that people are going to come and heal. That's the mission.
It's a beautiful mission, a beautiful mission. I've said it before and I said it again. With all the chaos that's going on, it's going to end up being a black woman that saves the world. It always is, and it always will be. So it's phenomenal
Yeah,
because we need it. We're in some times that I call it history book times. At 30, 40
yeah,
years from now, it's going to be in the history books, and we will be the people that live through it if we survive. So I'm so grateful to hear what you
yeah.
guys are contributing. And Shonda, give us a little insight on how you partnered with Sabrina to help bring this, because this is a very necessary I don't want to say a task, but a necessary calling, I should say. Give
Yes,
us a little
yes.
insight on how you guys linked up.
Well, just want to piggyback. You say if we survive, and so everybody has the ability to survive, and it's all about how much are you willing to heal, how much are you willing to get on that self love and healing journey.
Hmm.
And so, because I chose to take the path less traveled, that's how I met this empress. You know, um, literally everything that she's doing when it comes to healing is something that I know we need, that I've been doing for myself, and not to have someone who not only has the gifts but also the land, to be able to cultivate a safe space for people to come and heal, because the healing is in nature. Ultimately, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
can do healing, every day at home, but you got to get back out and get back in tune with nature and
Mm-hmm.
spend time with them, to
Mm-hmm.
truly heal and transmute those dark traumas that we have all been enduring and persevering through since childhood. So, um, I mean, we were connected through a group space,
Mm-hmm.
and after we talked a couple times, it was like we took out time for one another to sit down and talk about handling some business, and ultimately our passions are the same. I was just speaking with her today, right before we got on, about how how can we truly partner in this, because I don't want to just be a help me to her. I want to be her partner. She's powerful, baby, and she got favor. You hear me? Ever since I met her, I just sit back and watch how things come to her, and just the energy that she brings to the table. I'm honored, because it's for myself. When we talk about healing, I've been dealing with a lot of fake, and to
Mm-hmm.
have someone in my energy, and it's so important. When you heal, you understand and you create boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
against and towards those snake in the grass, people
Mm-hmm.
that you've known all of your life. For me
Mm-hmm.
personally,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it manifested for me. I've had to cut everybody off, and so I chose to do that. I chose to not operate in fake love, and to
Mm,
give myself what I wanted everybody to give me, from my mama, my daddy, my brothers, sisters, lovers, business partners, whatever, and giving it to myself. And so to find someone who is on my level, who's been, taking out the time to heal. And we have a whole collective, like
Mm-hmm.
I said,
We
baby.
do.
But to find her, like I say, she ready to rock and roll, and I'm here to serve, and I want to partner and really bring this to the table. I talk about healing and how important it is in my music, and
absolutely.
so now to have a space where we can invite the fame to come and heal, baby, because it's
Mm-hmm.
not, now I look at my career in music totally different
Mm-hmm.
than before. Before it was about having this fame and fortune. I've always been what I considered a minister of the truth, but I still wanted the fame and fortune. But now I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, life is really about getting back to self.
Mm-hmm.
That's our
100%.
purpose of life, is like self-love and healing, and doing what we want to, and
Your
not,
authentic self.
that's right, and not falling into the spirit of people pleasing, which has
Mm.
destroyed so many lives, man. So many people dying to please other people.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to be putting all that energy back into self. So this is what we got going on, baby, with finding your Zimmy, returning to healing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Miss Sabrina Zimmy and Shonda K, we going all the way with one.
Yes.
We ain't playing.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
no games, zero games, and I love that. Now you touched earlier talking about sound healing, and I have some
Yeah.
experience with that. And it for those who may be uninitiated, um, there's really healing frequencies that can do amazing things holistically to you. Tell us a
Yes.
little bit about your journey in this in discovering, like, and partnering with Shonda K, the certified bona fide superstar in her own right, and then combining
Yes.
those two. It's a pretty lethal combination, if you ask me. So tell me a little bit about your journey into discovering sound healing and those healing frequencies for those who are uninitiated.
Okay. So, and see, that's the thing. When we're partnering up together, there's so much that is happening and so much developing in real time.
Quick.
Quick, 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 quick. So this relationship is very new, but we are finding that we are going to be able to help each other, what which is all what we're supposed to be doing, is helping each other. But okay, so my sound healing. So I got my first Reiki certification in 2020. And then I got, that was the first one. There's 3 levels. And then last year in July, I got my shaman Reiki. So just being in the mist and just being in the environment, then I heard the sound bowls. And when I tell you, my spirit it just was like, whoa, like it just so resonated with me, right? So the interesting thing is, I'm not a musician. I never played not one instrument, never had a desire. I just always loved music. It always resonated with me, but never had a desire to pick anything up. But once I picked up the sound bowl, and then it got to my head, and understanding that this is a sound, like it could resonate to the masses. Like you're not just healing, you're not just healing one person at a time. You really could be doing this on a larger scale.
Global scale, yeah.
And when I did, then I had to back up because I just played by myself, right? And then I backed up. I said, okay, let me go ahead and get a certification and stuff like that. And so when I went to a teacher to give me the first certification, she said that, wow, like this is really natural. And I just was like, yeah, I don't know A, B, C, D, F. No, I don't know none of it. All I know is spirit is saying play. And I know that it's resonating with the soul and it resonates. So I am doing some backtracking to educate myself even more so on the frequencies and vibrations that I know. We just know that internally, you know what I'm saying? Just this an innate situation. But that's how I picked up the bowl. I just picked up the bowl from being a Reiki master. And now that I'm doing that, it's just something that I know that I needs to share because it's just healing, and the sounds and the vibrations is going to hit the cells, and the cells are going to do what the cells do. Like it's just a guiding at this particular time in for the bodies to heal, for us to heal ourselves and just assist in that healing. I'm just assisting in the healing. So that's how I got into the sound healing.
And you know what
Awesome.
I'm gonna do? What I haven't is just, I get these ideas all the time just hearing her talk about it because I tapped in with the frequency healing with YouTube videos,
Mm,
Mhm.
which she can
yeah.
record her own, and that's what we're gonna do because Shawty K got the studio, baby, and so she can release her own stuff, do
Yeah.
her own label.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's very important to ground with sound. For
Mhm.
myself, I've utilized it for spiritual warfare,
Mm.
just to sleep at night, so I'm not dealing with attacks in my dreams and stuff. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
and so I mean, I've used it for headaches, for toothaches, for this sound is very important to balancing your chakra.
Yes.
And a majority of the world is unbalanced when it comes to their spiritual bodies, which we are
Mhm.
spirits first.
Mhm.
So, if and that's how disease begins. It begins spiritually, then it manifests in the flesh.
Yeah.
So everything is just right on time with,
Mhm.
meeting her and how it's all coming together
It's
so
all coming
fast. And even
together.
speaking with you is like divine time,
Right. Right.
like I'm feeling it.
Right.
I'm feeling
Right.
That's
Yes. Yes.
that's awesome. What is one misconception? I feel when people get grounded and get opened up to new experiences, because I even at a young age, I always felt like what the system designs for you is very rat racist. That sounds like I
Yep.
made up a word. Feels like you're in the rat
Yeah.
race.
right.
Even as a child, I'm in school. I'm like, why are we learning these things instead of learning how to build or survive, fish, hunt, grow food? I always thought that should be the curriculum in elementary school, and then it gets specialized as you get older. Like, why are you telling us about his story? And I don't say history, I say his story, because it seems like it's always changing and evolving depending on who's telling you this story. What's one misconception people have often placed about you as an artist and as a healer, um, when you show them what you've learned over the days? Because I'm sure sometimes you get judgment and things of that nature, because that's just the nature of people. Something they don't understand, they tend to judge or show hatred to it. And like I said, I personally have experience with healers and sound healers that have helped me significantly. So I know it's not only is it spiritual, but it's actual science. If you really want to get into it, it combines both in perfect unison. So what's one misconception that you both like to clear out for those out there who may be doubters or may be suspicious of something that's not just a pill in a bottle or a surgery that you have, because there's so many more ways that we can really heal ourselves. So what's one misconception you guys like to clear up?
I'm gonna let you go.
Well, healing takes time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna happen overnight. And
Yes.
once you decide to take that path, you better get ready.
Right.
Put your helmet on, baby, because the spiritual warfare, because like you were saying, the system was created to keep us in bondage,
Right.
to keep us, you know, they raised us up to be slaves to the system, right? To work for 40, 50 years, then you may lose your retirement because the company may go bankrupt or you may get fired or whatever. It's a rat race.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what God intended for us. We used to exist in a meditative state where we just meditated all day. We didn't eat, we didn't need to. You know, the prana from the sun, I mean, that was our existence. And so now because we're, I guess, in a fallen state, right?
Mm-hmm.
The scriptures say 400 years, you know, in bondage. And it's not just talking about the fake slave trade, because we ain't no slaves from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
so it's been a long time, you know. And so what I've learned is that children are the closest to God. The last thing we need to be doing is trying to tell them what to do, because they're the ancestors reincarnated. They're the closest to God, purest. They have the least amount of programming.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just living backwards. And that's why we got to come back home to mama so she can show us the way again, because nature will show us the way. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're totally against nature right now. We see it in the world.
Mm-hmm.
We're plundering the earth. You know, I mean, everything is in chaos. We're out of balance. But nature, the healing is there, and the animals will show us back back to the beginning, or back to the way that we're supposed to be. What do you think?
Well, for me too, and just being very transparent, of course it's been a journey and I've been on a healing journey myself, but I'm for sure resonating with the fact that this doesn't happen overnight. And people think that somebody on the outside is going to heal. Yeah, we assist to heal. We're healers, and so we could assist to heal, but it's really just your body, it's you. Like if we give you, or if we do Reiki, or we do give you the music, you have to play the music. You have to be into, you have to believe in what is happening. So this is a personal journey for everybody. And
Yes.
it's a healing personal journey for everybody, and you have got to do the work. I will say this too. So with me, it being so new, I've always been like a creator. I'm a Pisces season. Okay. So I've always been a creator, and I've always been doing and doing and doing. And with the sound right now and the Reiki, sit down, slow down. So if I do a session, if I do a sound bath and nobody shows up, I showed up. And I am grateful that I am playing this for myself, and I sit down and I absorb it myself. We have the going back to self is that, so when we take care of ourselves, then it could resonate to other people. But yeah, I think people think that healers are who, or it's not real, or it's gonna happen in one time. No, that's not how it happens. Nothing happens one time.
Right.
It's a process. It's a process that you have got to constantly be doing. And for me, again, it is just us slowing down. We're not made to go this fast. We're not
No.
made to have all these things that are going on, and all this time, and all of this. So with me, for the sound, it is to slow down, get back, connect back in nature, get your feet in the ground, get to a tree, just get in nature and slow down. Leave everything else out.
Yeah,
But for us to slow
mhm.
down.
That's right, because you have to take out time for yourself.
Yeah.
You're gonna get out of life what you put in it. You're gonna get back what you give yourself, right? So if you're giving yourself the bare minimum, if you always rushing yourself, but then you got time for everybody else, you're gonna attract those experiences. So it's time to
Mm-hmm.
flip it and put the most into yourself. Fill your cup first, and then
Yes.
the overflow you can use to help other people. We've been taught to sacrifice for other people and put
Right.
ourselves last, but that's totally against the laws of nature.
Totally.
It's totally against God. If we're made in the image of God, God is love. then
Mm-hmm.
us loving ourselves is key and the most important thing we can do. You know, a lot of broken people are looking for love outside of themselves. They're
Yeah.
not giving themselves nothing. So you're attracting nothing people
Yeah.
that ain't gonna give you nothing
Yeah.
because you ain't giving yourself nothing. You accepting the bare minimum. You don't got no boundaries. You know, you people please. You trying to do everything for everybody. You trying to save people. We can't save nobody. And so for myself personally, I had to pull all of my energy back, start
Mm-hmm.
putting it into myself.
Right.
Now I'm attracting my
Right.
tribe
Right.
Yes.
that's on my vibe and on my
Right.
level.
Right.
Yes.
And it didn't happen until I'm 45. So healing takes time.
Healing takes time.
It don't
Yeah.
happen overnight. But
Yeah,
consistent.
and I tell people all the time, when have you seen a one chapter story? You never seen a one chapter story. That doesn't exist. So it does take time, and you
Yeah,
can't pour from an empty cup. I've said it at least 1,000 times in these last 6 years. You can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're not
Right.
full yourself, how can you let anyone else drink? It's once again, it
How
just
could
goes
it?
back to science. Get a glass, put nothing in it, and try to pour something else into it to see what happens. Nothing.
Mm.
So
Nothing.
I'm so
And that,
blessed
I was,
to
I
have.
was
Yes, go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. No, I was just piggyback off of you the fact that that one saying when you fly, when you travel, what do they say? You need to put your mask on before you could put that the whatever when that mask dropped. You need to put that oxygen on the
Help yourself
oxygen mask.
first
You need to
before
put
you
that
help
on
anyone else.
before,
Yeah,
because if you're out of here, you're out of here.
yeah,
Who are you gonna help if
we got
you don't
two
have
people
that breath,
pass
if
out
you don't have
instead of
that
one.
oxygen? Right, right. If you don't have that breath, if you don't have that oxygen inside of you to have the strength and to have everything else, how you gonna help somebody else?
Yep, you're just another body that we're gonna have to try to help.
Right. Yeah,
and when you have that strong boundaries like that, that where you come first, you're gonna meet a lot of resistance.
yeah,
People going, and so that's on when you choose yourself and you choose a healing journey, suit up, put your helmet on, because that's the last thing people want to see is self love because you're a mirror reflection. And if you're loving yourself and they not, it's gonna be some issues.
mm, yeah, yeah,
And
Yep,
so
you're
then
yeah.
breaking that.
from there you create them healthy boundaries and have people in your life that's for you and not against you, you
Indeed.
know.
Yeah, when you
I
break
mean,
that
just
path that they've drawn for you, it does cause some shakeups, but it's a necessary shakeup to get you
it's
where
a
you need to be. So
100%.
what can we look forward to? What is the future musically with the healing? What can we envision in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, decade, whatever you number you want to put to it? What does the vision look like for the future?
well making but showing how I live,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because my environment directly reflects how I can write if I can even write. Because being in the wrong environment, I have writer's block. If I don't have a peace of mind, I'm, you know, somewhere I don't want to be. But I know every time when I'm in nature and I have that solitude and I'm just, you know, in that quiet space, man, it's nothing like nature. It's just being able to show that and not just talking about it and having a place where people can come and experience it for themselves. So it's going to be a lot of ministry type work like
Yeah.
that. We getting out here in these streets and the trenches, letting ourselves be seen,
Mm-hmm.
showing the people how to do it. We can't do it for you,
Mm-hmm.
but we can show you the way, and it's totally up to you. Your life is in your hands.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Um, the vision that I see, that I clearly have seen a vision. Um, with the loctician, I was a loctician for 9 years now, right? I was a loctician for 9 years, and I had moved to two different studios. And the vision was be outside, like it just was out. It was always in my head to do the cleansing and to wash outside. Like it's just a clear vision that I have that I don't want to be inside of a closed up air conditioned building. I want to be outside. So what we're creating here is outside.
We outside.
We outside.
Literally.
Outside. We are outside and we are healing out here. So it's a space where you could come and you just heal. You just come and be at peace. You just come here and this is really and truly is creating heaven on earth.
Mhm.
Like this is a piece of heaven on earth. You create your own heaven and we're creating that. You're going to come here, you're going to get the other spiritual individuals, people who understand you, because there's shifts that are happening right now.
Yeah.
Everybody, we already know, how we just said, everybody's not coming with you, but this is a place and a space where people are going to become and they're going to feel the love from the trees. They're going to feel the love from the sun. They're going to feel the love. It's going to be a place where it's a refuge. And this is where you're going. This is just one of the places because there's several places. This is just going to be one, the neighbor. This is just going to be one that is going to be, and my parents built it. My dad built the shed. My dad has thus transitioned, but he's been popping up. She never even met my dad. There was what was it?
The dream catcher.
The dream catcher. We had a dream catcher on Chinese New Year's Day, right? And the dream catcher is on a red horse with some blue legs, Katie, and then it had the man on top of it. She looked at the picture. She was like, "Why that look like your dad? Like that reminds me of your dad." She ain't never met my dad in here in this life form, but that picture, that dream catcher reminded her of my dad. So this is something that has been in the making. This is
Yes.
something that is divine. This is something that
It's powerful.
it's yeah,
It's very
it's here
powerful.
for us. It's here for us. So I'm just taking on the baton and doing it in a whole different type of way, understanding for sure what we're doing it and having spirit 100% in the guidance of the whole entire thing and the connections and the alignment and all of that. It's a divine place. That's what we created right here.
And Mars, I wanted her to explain a little bit about what Reiki is. I know she
Absolutely.
talked
Please.
about it, but
Yes.
give
Yes.
the people the knowledge and wisdom on what Reiki is and what it does.
Okay. So Reiki is we have the same seven main chakras in our body, right? Um but there's several. There's more than that, but those are the main chakras. What Reiki does is it's really energy work, right? So you're using your body and you're using your hands. And it's energy work that goes through the body. And so again, what it does is the healing. So the energy is going to go where it needs to go.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
um everybody has that ability to have healing hands. When we talked about it back in the church, back in the days when you took putting hands on people, that's
Yeah.
what you're doing. You're putting your hands on people. And it doesn't even have to be like, I could do distant Reiki. We're doing distant Reiki too, because energy is energy and every energy is everywhere. So it really is a healing modality that we all have. You know how if a child falls, what's the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna be like, "Oh, baby," and then you rub it. That's Reiki.
Yeah.
We all these things have been here, but we just don't know. Now we're putting some names to it, and we're putting more intentions onto it. But that's what it is. It's healing energy that is coming from source through the hands and through the intentions to actually heal. And again, you're assisting the body because all the body wants to do is heal. So that's what the Reiki does.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And once again, that's another element that I've experienced that I can attest and vouch for, that if you put your trust in it and you have someone with the intent to do that, it does work. And you're absolutely right. If you bang your knee, the first thing you do is you rub that knee, and you don't know why, but it feel the
You don't
pressure,
know
and
why. Right,
it's the
right.
first thing you do. Stub your toe on the corner of the bed. First, you're gonna curse, but after you curse, the next
Yeah,
thing you
right
do
after the person. Right,
is
right.
it'll make a nun curse, but after
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're gonna rub. So it's very true. So I love that for you. I love that for
Yeah.
both of you, and to hear from even our last conversation, the evolution, and that's what this is. For those who don't know, this is our final season of Down in the Den, not the final, not the end of our community, but just of the podcast in this format. And I wanted to make sure I bring back people that I've had on the show that I feel have really made an impact, and that's why I was so honored to have you. And now I'm even more honored to have both of you up there. So I wish nothing but just the greatest of success in every element, spiritually, financially, mentally. What you're doing is so important, especially right now, because I do believe we are at of an impasse of the old way, and it's so odd that it's happening on the 250th year of this country that it's like no more. You can see the energy of the world is like no more.
No more.
Thefts and lies and hiding things in the dark. It's all coming to light.
Right.
And the more people
Right.
we have like you, that I like to call spirit warriors, nothing weak about what you're doing. Being a healer is the strongest of the warriors out there. So I'm just grateful to have that conversation. And I can't wait when things get ready. Please let me know, because I'm there with bells on. So I can't wait to see what you guys have in store.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, please let everyone know, for the friends of the Den and the people watching at home, the social media, uh, where they can find you, where they connect with you, to learn more and to enjoy the music and enjoy the healing.
Go ahead, sis.
ShondaK.com. I have a bunch of free music available for download. SHUNDAK.com. Y'all can check me out. So all you got to do is Google me. It'll pull up all of my handles for various social medias. I'm out here, baby. We internationally known. We worldwide. We doing it big. It's healing time. Indeed.
Yes, yes. And for me, my website is zemilocs.com, ZEMILOCS.com. You can find me on IG and Facebook, and also find your Zemi, FINDYOURZEMI. Find your own Zemi, and find your own Zemi means that what we're doing is I had to find my Zemi. I had to find myself. I had to find my deity. So find your Zemi is we're just assisting people to find themselves. So that's what we're doing. Yes, that's how you can find me.
Love it, love it. Well, Queens, thank you again so much for joining me here in the Den. I appreciate all the knowledge you dropped, all the gems you dropped. It's been nothing but a phenomenal conversation. I'm envious. We're here in the cold, so I'm looking at that nature out there, and I'm trying to hop through the screen. I just haven't quite figured out. Give me some time in this dark. But, once
Yes, yes,
once I
yes,
do, you're gonna see me swinging on the tree in the background, getting my Tarzan on. So I can't wait. Once again, thank you guys. I wish you nothing but the greatest of success on your journey. And we're gonna watch with just reflection and love for what you're doing. I thank you so much. And for those watching at home and listening on your favorite streaming platform, please follow these queens, get in line with what they're doing, learn, heal yourself. It's the best investment you can ever make. Forget a Bitcoin. It's investing in yourself is the best investment you can ever make, by tenfold. So please check these queens out. And of course, give us some support. Put a like, a comment, what you liked about the episode, what you didn't. All feedback is good feedback. And as we end every episode, it's all about a couple of things: peace, love, unity, and respect. We out of here. Deuces.